Hello, and thank you for joining an episode of Cafe Jesus Daily. It is Monday, the 11th day of July already. The month is just already gone, and it seems like we just started yesterday after the cold in your areas. Well, you should pray for us because it is harsh and hot, very difficult to be in these conditions. And we're going to be there for another week, and of course, our HOA, our home owners association. During this time of year, the hottest time of the year, they close the pool. During the hottest time of the year, when most people need it. Thank the Lord. He woke us up. There must be a reason for this. And may we also learn to love and share and forgive trespasses of one another. Chronicles chapter 5 and the lineage of the tribes continue onward. So without further ado, reading today, and here.
Chapter 5. The sons of Reuben, the firstborn of Israel, he was the firstborn, but when he fled, his rights as firstborn were given to the sons of Joseph, son of Israel. So he could not be listed in the genealogical accordance with his birthright. And though Judah was the strongest of them, and a ruler came from him, the rights of the firstborn belonged to Joseph. Reuben, the firstborn of Israel, Hanok, Palu, Hezron, and Carmi. The descendants of Joel, Shemaiah his son, Gog his son, Shimei his son, Micah his son, Reiah his son, Baal, and Dira his son, whom Tiglath-Pileser, king of Assyria, took into exile, year of the Reubenites. Their relatives by clans, listed according to their genealogical records: Jael the chief, Zechariah, and Bela livestock had increased in Gilead. During Saul's reign, they waged war against the Hagrites, who were defeated at their hands. They occupied the dwellings of the Hagarites throughout the entire region east of Gilead. The Gadites lived next to them in Bashan as far as Salekah. Joel was the chief, Saphat, Mishulam, Sheba, Jorai, Jachan, Zayah, and Eber, 7 in all. These were the son of Jeroah, the son of Gilead, the son of Michael, the son of Jeshashai, the son of Jado, the son of Buz. Ahi, son of Abdiel, the son of Guni, was head of their family. The Gadites lived in Gilead, in Bashan and its outlying villages, with all the pasture lands of Sharon as far as they extended. All these were entered in the genealogical records during the reigns of Judah and Jeroboam, king of Israel. The Reubenites, the Gadites, and the half-tribe of Manasseh had 44,760 men ready for military service, able-bodied men who could handle shield and sword, who could use a bow and fighting them, and God handed the Hagrites and all their allies over to them, because they cried out to him during the battle. He answered their prayers because they trusted in him. They seized the livestock of the Hagrites, 50,000, 2,000 donkeys. They also took 100,000 people captive, and many others fell slain. Because the battle was done, the people of the half-tribe of Manasseh were numerous. They settled in the land from Bashan to Baal Hermon, that is, to Senir, Mount Hermon. These were the heads of them: Efer, Ishi, Eliel, Azriel, Jeremiah, Odav, Jadiel. They were brave warriors, famous men, and heads of their families. But they were unfaithful to the God of their destroyed, stirred up the spirit of Pul, king of Assyria, that is, Tiglath-Pileser, king of Assyria, who took the Reubenites, the Gadites, and the half-tribe of Manasseh into exile, to Hala, Habor, Hara, and the river of Gozan, where they are to.
And that is the end of First Chronicles chapter 5. Interesting story. God brings Israel in to clean up the Canaanites and all the Amalekite ones that were there before them, and the idolaters. And Israel winds up doing the same thing because they didn't drive enough of them out and became like east of the Jordan River. He indeed was the firstborn, but having sex with your father's or your stepmother or your father's wife is the firstborn. So he lost his position, no longer lived, and his son became disqualified. Now, in the days of Saul, they made war with the Hagarites. The Hagarites were the tribes of the people who lived in tents without any fixed dwellings. And those They consisted of cattle. The descendants of Reuben extirpated Hagrites, seized on their property and their tents, and blaze. Now, the descendants of Gad, they trusted in him in the midst of battle, and saved them from battle. They cried out to God in battle, as did Jabez. 100,000 men. Many fell dead. Why? Because this was God's war. Their spiritual battles. These, in the Old Testament, called upon the name of the Lord, and they were saved. So that should be a lesson to us. This describes the unique wars of judgment. These were the original settlers of the eastern tribe of Manasseh, godly and bold men. They started out well. However, they became unfaithful to their fathers, and then they played the harlot and had the followers of the pagan gods poorly. Or a joint military campaign in which God rewarded the faith and the prayers of those and gave great victories over the. However, later they were deported to Assyria, apostasy, abandoning and forgetting God. To this nation and all the nations, the Great Reset to become globalized. When we forget God, we will be forgotten. Well, may the word of the Lord be praised. May the Lord be praised. May you have a wonderful day. May he bless you and keep you. Make his face shine upon you and grant you. Thanks for joining us. Have a wonderful day in the Lord.